Going on? So today I'm going to be replacing the rudder line on my Hoodoo Tempest 120P that I picked up. Had this thing about a year now, and I've noticed some issues with the rudder line where I've got a lot of play with my steering, and the line is fraying and stuff. It's a whole issue. So I'm actually going to be replacing it with this nice stainless coated wire that I went ahead and picked up. Should be a lot sturdier, should last a lot longer, and it should give me a lot more control when I'm out on the water. So the first thing we're going to have to do is go ahead and remove this cover plate right here, and then we're going to pull the lines out the back. I might have to drill some holes and stuff too, but I'm going to walk you through the whole process. I got everything here for, I want to say, about 30 bucks, and I even had to go buy a drill, so I'm including the 10 bucks for the drill in that. But I had to get drills bits, the wire, I got 20 feet of wire. I want to say this was $8. So all in all, pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so on your steering column right here, you're gonna have 4 Allen screws, keys, whatever. I don't know. Just take them off. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna go ahead and get these bad boys off, and we will go from there. Make sure to put your screws in a nice secure location so you don't lose them, because if you do, it's not going to be fun. And I don't know where I'm putting mine. I will just put them right here and hopefully not lose them. Alright, once you got all 4 screws removed, you should be able to pull that up and you'll be able to see where your line is attached here. So we'll go to the back. I'll show you what that looks like real quick. Alright, these are the rudder lines that I was showing you guys a little earlier. Very frayed. They're just tied off here, so we're going to go ahead, and you guys can see it. They use this like cheap nylon line that comes with the kayak, so we're going to go ahead and cut that. Safety came off. Oh well. And I mean, no return now, you know. Rudder line's cut. We got nothing holding it on, so let's go ahead and remove the rest of this here. We don't want to cut the main rudder line because that's what, you know, pulls it up and down, but we do want to get rid of all this stuff. Alright, now that the rudder line's cut, you've got some, if yours still has them, which mine, a couple of mine fell off, but if yours still has it, you'll see this little, the zip tie and this little tubing right here. Like, so you can see there's the zip tie for the one that fell off. Oh, come on. There we go, there's the zip tie for the one that fell off. And there's tubing there, which is what caused a lot of the fraying here on this line. And I mean, it's just cheap tubing, so it comes off really easy. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of these as well. And I'm not too worried about cutting right here because we're going to have to drill this out to make room for the larger tubing that I got anyways. But I mean, this is the only section of tubing that they give you, is just that little bit, and obviously it fell out very quickly. So let's go back to the steering control and go from there. All right, we're back at the steering control, and as you can see, we have nothing now because it is all disconnected. So we're able to just pull those old lines out, and this is, like I said, this is that, you know, almost paracord kind of nylon line they give you that comes with it, and that's what we're going to be replacing today, and making sure that, you know, it's easier and more durable for what we need it to do. So let's go ahead and work on that. And this is the inserts they give you for inside here. Show you guys that real quick. Right inside your steering control here. Let's see if we can get you a little better angle there. There we go, right inside your steering control here. This is where your wires are going to come through, or at least these little inserts, and that's all you get. That's all the protection that they give you, is little wire tubing. I'm going to be running tubing throughout the whole length of the kayak, and I'll show you guys that as well. I'm going to go ahead and fold our seat up real quick to give us a little more room. I'm going to show you guys how you're going to access everything from here. And this is the 2nd gen Hoodoo Tempest 120P. In the 1st gen, the access hatch was actually back here in the back where your storage is. On the 2nd gen, it's right here under your seat. So to access the inside of your hull and be able to run your line, you just take off your lid right here, and then you just pop this little insert out, and boom, there you go. You got access inside your hull and be able to see everything you need to. And you can even see they still got the plastic shavings from when they made the kayak in there. So that's pretty funny. But all right, we're gonna grab our tubing now. Actually, we have to drill the holes first at the back here, and then we'll put our tubing in, connect it here, go from there. So this is our rudder line that we're going to be putting through it here, and as you guys can see, it's obviously too small. We can't fit our tubing through there, so we're going to have to enlarge that. But like I said, it's going to be pretty easy to do. We're just going to drill it out with a 1/4-inch drill bit, run the line through, grab it from inside the hull, and put it through the steering control hatch. So all in all, pretty straightforward, really. And yes, I had to get all of my tools from Harbor Freight because I don't know where my tool set is. I think it's at the storage unit. I genuinely don't know. I don't feel like going to the storage unit to try and figure out where it is. So I got literally the cheapest possible tools I could to do this. And I've never done this before, but I'm drilling holes in my kayak and hoping for the best. So we're gonna be putting 2 holes in here to make room. You can take the rudder off. It's not super hard to take off. It's just one little quick connect bolt here on the very bottom, and then the whole thing pops up. I could take it off. I'm not going to, just because I don't feel the need to, but we're gonna go ahead, double check, make sure this is gonna be big enough for our tubing. Yep, should be good. And then we're just gonna make our holes a little bigger here. All right, we're just gonna use the pre-existing holes that they have here as kind of a guide, just so I'm not drilling willy-nilly. There we go. Drill those out, nice, quick, easy. Let's make sure our tubing fits. Got a little excess on there. We'll try the other one. Yeah, perfect. So that's what you want. See that? Feeding the tubing into it, very nice. We'll double check the other hole real quick. And this is 20 feet of line. Obviously, I'm not gonna need 20 feet of line. I'm probably only gonna need about 5 feet of line. So I got plenty to work with if I make a mistake or if I, cut too short or whatever. I got plenty. I basically got 4 tries with this. So wanna make sure, yep, that's good there. I might have to drill out up here where the access hatch is, but I'm not sure yet. A little wet in there. It's been raining today. I've been trying to do this for a while, but it just keeps raining. So I'm sure oh no, nice. Usually my rod holders are full of water. Not for use in ice makers. Good to know. So we're just gonna feed this in here. We're gonna have to feed a lot of it because I have to be able to grab it from the access hatch. And luckily I got a pretty long reach, but shouldn't be too bad. Probably fed about 1.5 feet in right now. I'm worried that it might just spiral up inside, and if that's the case, then we're gonna have to figure out some kind of tool. And I'm just gonna stick my phone in here and try to figure out, okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to, oh, there's no way. No way I'm gonna be able to reach that. All right, so I need like a coat hanger or a piece of wire or something rigid I can kind of reach back up in there and pull it out. Give me 1 sec, you guys. All right, so I just have one of my barbecue metal tongs that I have. This should be far enough to kind of get me up in there, hopefully. And I'm just gonna kind of fish around until I feel it. Because I can hear I'm almost in the back of it. Okay, so that side's down. Honestly, I could stick my GoPro in here. And get like a live view from the inside. I think I need to feed more in here. So there's that. There's that, there's that. How freaking far back is it? I gotta be like right there. Honestly, I might have to do the GoPro trick, because right now I'm just kind of fishing blind for it. Oh wait, no, I got it. Nice. Cool. Very nice. All right, so I want to make sure my line's not ridiculously tangled in there, and I also don't want it going back through the hole. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. Fantastic. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to feed this up and through the right hole because I started on the right side. So we're going to go right to right and left to left over here. I don't know if this hole is going to be big enough for, yeah, it's not going to be big enough, so I'm going to have to drill that one out as well. I'll show you guys what I'm doing there. So these holes right here, which is where my line needs to come through, I don't think they're quite big enough. Actually, they are, but I would have a very, very hard time. Well, I don't know. See, I don't want to make them too large, because if I make them too large, they'll just slip and slide in there, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want that. I don't know, maybe I try it before drilling it. I can always drill later if I need to. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm actually going to come around so I can feed it up and through. Yeah, okay, there's the hole. Yeah, I can feel all that extra plastic in here they didn't take out. All right, so now, yeah, there's that. Oh, come on. Come on. See, it doesn't want to do it because they drilled it from in out. So all the excess is on the inside, and it doesn't help that everything's wet because it's been raining. Nope, 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 not working. Where's all that water coming from? Is that inside my kayak? Oh my gosh, yeah, that is inside my kayak. Oh, okay. I thought it was a ton of water. It's not that much water. Small puddle. You'll have that on these big jobs. Yeah. That barely took anything off. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same just to be safe over here. But it definitely cleaned up the inside of that, so it should make it a lot easier. There we go, cleaned it up. Perfect. So now we have tubing running from one end to the other. You can see I pull here and my tubing goes down. So now we have tubing running through from the actually, you know, I said right before, I was mistaken. This is technically the left side. To the left side, we just don't want to mix those up. All right, now we're going to put some zip ties around that to make sure that it doesn't come out. And then we should be able to, I'm going to go ahead and do the other line before I run the cable through. Easier once I get it fed up through here. Yeah. Goodness me. Okay, nice and tight. That one I had to actually go get a wire coat hanger. I didn't think I'd have to do that, but I went and got a wire coat hanger. But hard part's done. Now we just gotta rinse and repeat basically. 2 zip ties, trim off the excess, put everything back together. I'm gonna put the other zip tie in my mouth this time so I don't lose it. I didn't think that would be a problem I had to deal with, but evidently it is. Alright, trim the excess. God, why do I keep losing tools? Does anybody else experience this when they're working on stuff? You just put stuff down, turn your back, gone forever. I mean, good lord. I want to make sure we pull this nice and tight. Not like taut, but snug, I guess would be the opportune word. There we go. Alright. Boom, hard part's done. We've run the wires, or the tubing through the middle of the kayak. So now we just trim everything and hook it all back together. Let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so now if I feed this cable through this left side, it should pop out on the left side over there Why am I getting resistance? Hit our first snag. I'm getting resistance when I'm putting the line through, and I don't know why. Let's try going through the front, maybe. See if that makes any difference. So there's that resistance. See, I must have put a crimp in the line or something. Because it should not be, like, it shouldn't be that difficult. See, it's like kind of catching on the vinyl tubing. I think the coated wire is catching on the tubing, so it's not going as smoothly as it can. And there's that resistance again. So why am I hitting resistance? I shouldn't be hitting resistance. Let me put the GoPro down there and see what I can see. All right, I see what's happening. There's no crimps or anything inside the actual GoPro, like inside the kayak itself. And this is, you guys can see the holes there in the very back that I drilled. So there's no crimps or anything. It's just catching on the vinyl tubing whenever I try to put it in there. So there's no crimps, there's nothing. There's my rod holder. So there's nothing that would prevent it. There's like that little hump right there, but yeah, nothing that would really prevent it from moving other than it's just catching on the vinyl. Okay, all right, that makes me feel a lot better. I thought I really messed up there for a minute. I didn't. I just need to figure out a way to lube that line and go from there. I think I have some WD-40. Hang on. All right, we're all good. We're all good. I thought I messed up. I didn't. I just put a little water-based lubricant in there. No issues whatsoever. Yeah, it's feeding right through now. See that? Victory. Just gotta clean the lube off and cinch everything down and we're good to go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the wires. I'm gonna give myself plenty of slack on both ends to do whatever I need to do. Actually, wait. Was it cut? Yeah, it was cut. I was trying to remember if it was cut before on the rudder control or if the lines were all hooked together. Because I know on some of them, they were all hooked together. I'm talking about on this. Oh, it's actually still connected. Cool. So you guys can see here, sometimes it's wrapped like around, and that's what controls your rudder, but you can see here, they're just tied. So all I got to do is feed my wires through that. I'm good to go. I didn't realize I still had that connected. All right, cool. So I'm going to give myself plenty to work with here. Put that off to the side. And then I already went ahead and did this side, so it should just feed right through. Yeah, no issues. Yeah, see that? No issues whatsoever. Little slick, as it were, but no issues whatsoever. Yeah. All right. Let's give myself about the same amount. Will that be in? Yeah, that should be plenty, right? Yeah, because I just got to go. Well, I got to cross them. So yeah. All right, that'll be plenty. Oh, come on. You didn't cut like 2 of the wires, really. And like I said, we got about the same amount of wire left over that we did the tubing because they were both 20 feet. So hard part's done, like I said. We got the inside all taken care of. Tubing, wires run. All right, let's put it all back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the old lines here. And you guys, this stuff when it gets wet, and this was actually something I read on the reviews, and I'm sure you have too, which is why if you're watching this, you probably are replacing your rudder line. But this nylon cord they give you, when it's wet, I mean, when it's dry, I can still stretch it, and I'm not that strong. So get rid of the old line, out with the old, in with the new, eh? All right. We just need to make sure this, actually we probably won't even have to do anything. Yeah, these all fit here, so no worries there. If you guys haven't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell notification, leave me a comment, any kind of content you guys want to see in the future, and I'll do it. So the crimps that I have are nothing fancy. This is literally my like fishing kit, but I think they're just a smidgen too large for this gauge of wire. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to trim off the coating here on the very ends. All right, put the knife away, safety first. One side. Wait, should I just crimp these individually to themselves? Well, they didn't have the lines tied together, right? Yeah, you know what? I think I'll just crimp these. Well, no. I mean, it shouldn't matter. Right? Okay, so this is what we're working with here. This is a little bit of overkill now that I'm kind of looking at it, but it'll be alright. But this is our lines here, so we got that all squared away. And we just want to make sure when we put this in and we pull our lines through that we're going to tape this down so it'll be facing straight, and then we can go ahead and do the rudders, or do the rudder and make sure everything's good there, but I'll show you guys that. I'm just going to get this screwed back down and with all the excess line pulled through and everything, so. Alright, I've actually just discovered an issue that I'm glad I left myself with plenty of slack for, because I'm going to have to cut this. I need to crimp it here instead of on top like they had theirs, because when I put this in, it's rubbing, it's kind of hard to see, but it's rubbing against the front of my the little cubby there. So we're going to cut that out, do it over again. Alright, so now that we've readjusted, it's now all contained on the bottom. No problem. So we're going to get this screwed back in, we're going to go to the back and work on that. We've got our rudder there, and you can see, if I pull on the wires, it moves. Alright, but we want this to be kept as straight as possible, so we're going to grab some duct tape here. Just duct tape this bad boy down. There we go. Oh yeah, that ain't going anywhere. And the one thing that you guys want to make sure you do is whenever you're attaching it here at the rudder, you just don't want to go straight back with it, because then your controls up there will be inverted. You want to make sure you cross your lines, okay, just like that. I'm going to show you guys, make sure, yep, that's nice and straight. Need to wipe off this wire here because it's still coated, as is apparently the rest of my kayak, good lord. Alrighty. And we're going to get this here. And we're just going to feed our wires through there and there. And then we want to make sure our rudder is straight as well. And once our rudder is straight, we'll be able to cut and crimp it. I don't want to obviously strip off that whole entire thing, because I don't know where my stripper tool is. I mean, obviously you can get like tools that will strip wire for you very easy. I don't know where mine is. So we're going to get our cutters here, the knife, 2 crimps. And this one, because I have a lot more room and a lot more play with the back here, I am going to fold it around and actually crimp it down on itself. Because I want to say they had the wiring like coming up through here and like wrapped around. It was a whole thing. We're not going to do any of that. Make sure that's good there. Okay. I'll tell you what, I went with the cheaper option when I was getting wire cutters. I just got some Husky wire cutter. It was just a little 3-pack. But I'll tell you what, I am not super happy with that decision. And I wish I would have gotten better ones, because while I can technically cut the wires with these, God, it's a pain in the butt. I mean, I think I've just about, I was wondering, because I'm like, God, why would you spend $30 on wire cutters? I get it now. Live and learn, I guess. That's a lesson I learned. God bless America, dude. Come on. Okay, this just... Oh, cool. I actually broke them. See that? See a little gap in between there? You can see me through? Husky, you're letting me down, man. I was your biggest fan for the longest time, buddy. Now you're letting me down. I feel like I should duct tape this straight. Whatever. Whew. Ow! Alright. Hurry up and get this crimped. Strip away all the wire. Or all the coating, I should say, which kind of defeats the purpose, but who knows, maybe I'll have to revisit this. Now that, like I said, now that the tubing's already done, if I need to redo any of this, it'll be a lot easier because I just pull the old wire out, put new wire in, fix the crimps. I can always do that later. Probably with a better wire cutter too. So, probably with better crimps, honestly. Oh, you know what? I have channel locks. Wait a minute. Wait a tick. Alright, so I want that to be about, yeah. Oh wow, okay, as soon as I did that it came off. I lied, I'm not gonna fold it in back on itself. I'm just gonna crimp it, call it a day. There we are. Alright, so that's one side done. And now I just need to get the other side. God bless America. I mean, I know I got some good wire, or at least I thought I did, but God almighty, dude. I think I'm actually bending, yeah, I'm bending the grips closer together. That's not how far away they were when I first started this. And now it's starting to rain, and if that could hold off, that would be out freaking standing. Okay. No rain, please, I'm almost done. I really don't want to stop. Okay. God bless. And again, I'm just stripping the wire here. Getting all that coating off so that I may crimp. I don't know, I think I actually did that perfect. Perfect. Alright, so that's crimped there, that's crimped there. Alright, we'll take the duct tape off, make sure this moves. So now, I should, ooh, look at that. Perfect. There's a little bit of play in the line, if we're being honest. But, I mean, I feel like I could definitely, if I really wanted to, I feel like I could definitely, like, pull that tighter or pull this out a little, you know? Like, I feel like I could, like, really cinch that down to where it's straight, but yeah, see, I got a little bit of play there, probably about a 1/4 inch, but I might fix that in a later video. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's a lot better than the line that I had, and that's definitely a lot better control. So I'm happy with that. And you guys see my rudder line here. Come on. No. There we go. Oh, I see the issue. My rudder line is going under my steering line. Or my steering lines are going over my rudder line. I feel like they should be going under. I feel like I could fix that by just untying this, letting it out, running it over, whatever. That's a problem for a later video. Well, there we go. That's how to replace the rudder line on a Hoodoo Tempest 120P 2nd gen. Like I said, obviously I had never done this before. You guys saw the, problems that I were having. Hopefully you guys can take that and, going forward you can, fix it yourself, or you make different changes, or do whatever you need to do. But you guys can see the stark difference between the rudder line. This was the rudder line that was rubbing and fraying and whatnot. So this was the rudder line that came with it, and this is the rudder line that I replaced it with. So very different, a lot stronger. Hopefully give me more control, especially in the heavy currents. That was my biggest problem, is in heavy currents I would find that I couldn't move my rudder because the line was just stretching and the rudder wouldn't want to respond in heavy currents, saltwater. Last time I went out with Brad and Nick, I was having that issue. So that's ultimately what made me want to do this. Plus I noticed my line was fraying, and I didn't want it to snap on me while I was out there because that would have been bad. So all in all, pretty happy with that. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said before, if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below for some future content you guys want to see. And I'll see you guys in the next one.